Hey guys, welcome to my channel.
Dejé la llave del hotel, me dijo antes de ser pendeja vuelve a nacer. Y hay que hacer las cosas bien y no hacerlas por hacer. Todavía no sé si esto es amor.
Today's video is going to be advice for college freshmen. I'm currently going into my second year of college, but I'm a junior because I skipped a year. So if you guys want to know how I skipped a year of college, I can make a different video on that. But yeah, let's get right into the video. So I separated my pieces of advice into 4 different categories. So the first one I'm going to start off with is academic. My first academic piece of advice would be a 4-in-1 combo. Like, manage your time, pay attention in class, do your work, and ask questions. That's all you have to do to get good grades. Yes, college work is hard, but it's not impossible. You can pass if you really want to, and sometimes in order to pass, you have to jump out of your comfort zone. You gotta do what you gotta do. If you have to ask help and you're comfortable asking for help, do it. If you have to go talk to a teacher who's really mean and tell them something really personal that happened to you, tell them. Because 9 times out of 10, they're not as mean as you think they are, and your professors, they're people too. And a lot of the times they will excuse you, or they will let you make an assignment or whatever. They can bump you up just because they feel like it. This is not high school. So communication, that's also important. Okay, my next piece of advice would be to research your school's curriculum. So not every college is the same. A lot of colleges require like gen ed classes. My school calls them core classes. So we have 14 core classes that we have to get through, like in order to graduate. It doesn't matter what your major is, everyone has to take those 14 cores. So if I were you, I would research your school's curriculum and map out what classes you are going to take each semester. That is how I am staying on track with all my major classes versus my gen ed classes and staying on top of all my graduation requirements. I would highly recommend doing that. Just usually go on your college's website and they will have what you need, like all the classes you need for your major and all the classes you will need for your gen ed requirements and all the classes, like everything else you need to graduate. And then you can kind of see from there. My big piece of advice is, so usually you're on campus for like a week before classes start. Find out where your classrooms are and your buildings are before the first day of class. You will be late if you don't. Trust me, sometimes rooms are not where you would think that they are. I remember my first day in my second semester, I was literally walking around in circles, walking straight past my class for like the first 20 minutes of class, and I was so embarrassed. So make sure you do that. Look for the buildings, look at your campus map, because it can be confusing, especially if you live on a big campus. Next thing I want to say is use Rate My Professor. Use it. People say like, oh, don't use it because people go on there when they're mad. People go on there when they're happy too. You can find out whether your professor is an easy grader or a hard grader. You can find out how often they give out homework, if they're mean, if they're nice, like if you really need the textbook. The reviews from Rate My Professor are very useful. Do not sleep on Rate My Professor. This is a real money saver. I'm not kidding. Never buy textbooks before the class starts. Never buy them. There's so many reasons why you shouldn't buy textbooks before your class starts. I'm gonna give you 2. 1, you don't know if you're gonna switch out of that class or not, or if you're gonna drop it, whatever. Don't buy the textbook at all. Also, second reason is you never know if you're actually gonna need it. Some classes, they tell you like, oh, you need this textbook, you need this textbook, and you are perfectly fine without it. One big thing that I didn't even write down, a lot of textbooks I have found in the past for free. If you really dig and do your research, I found PDFs of textbooks that I needed for my classes for free. Or you can get it from someone else who took that class in the past. Do not buy that textbook until you, like the very second you need it. Until you need the assignment right out of the textbook, then buy it. Never buy it beforehand. I've heard that a smart way to like buy textbooks is like to rent them from maybe like Amazon or something. It's cheaper. Yeah, because after that you're not gonna need it. This one is one that I wish I would have known. Don't go crazy with school supplies. I know it's college and you're excited and you want to go like psychopath with school supplies, but don't. I'm telling you right now, you do not need all those school supplies. I bought like packs of sticky notes, packs of pens, Sharpies, highlighters, all this. I bought a stapler. I bought notebooks, paper. You don't need all that. The number one thing you need in college is a laptop. Not a lot of teachers, they don't want your assignments in paper, you submit it online. If you're a big note taker, if you want to take notes on your computer, you can. Or you can get a notebook and then you can get like highlighters, and obviously you're gonna need like pens and pencils. But besides that, you really don't need anything else. You don't need that stuff unless you want it, you know. So you don't have to go crazy with the school supplies and waste your money. Spend your money on cute clothes and cute stuff for your dorm. That's what you should spend money on. This one is like a really smart hack. Make at least one friend in each class. They can tell you what you missed. They can give you the notes. They can tell you the assignment. I mean, and even like if you're making up a quiz, they can tell you like what the quiz talked about, what you need to study. And that way also, a lot of college professors still do partner work in college. So if you need a partner, then you have that partner. Make that one friend. This one kind of ties back into the first one. Find a way to manage your time, please. If you don't know how to manage your time, you are going to fail. Either that or your mental health is going to plummet. Figure out a way that works for you. If you didn't have a way to manage your time in high school, then you need to figure out a way right now. Figure out if a planner works for you, if you want a whiteboard calendar, if you want to put reminders on your phone, if you want to do like a virtual calendar, whatever it is, or sticky notes even, whatever it is that you need to manage your time, do it. Find out what it is if you don't already know, and figure it out. That's like the hardest part. You have classes, you have assignments to do on certain days. Managing your time is going to be extremely vital in college. That's it. Manage your time. By the way, if you don't know your major, take your time researching what major you want. You don't want to major in something that you're not gonna like or that you're gonna fail at. I would say like don't try like a whole rack ton of classes because that's just wasting your time and money. But definitely like research what majors might interest you and then narrow it down. Definitely don't just pick a major just because there's money in it or just because like you think it'll be cool. Like no, you need to know what major that you're gonna have. And if you need more time to figure it out, try and get your gen eds out of the way the first year of college and then move on to major classes after that. So that way you have a whole year to decide what you want to major in. This one is like also something I wish I knew. Procrastination in college do not mix. You cannot procrastinate in college. You will fail or your mental health will not do good. Like you will lose sleep over this. Do not procrastinate. Try and get everything done earlier because then you'll have extra time left over after the assignment and you will feel relief, trust me. I'm like a certified procrastinator, especially in high school. I procrastinated all the time. And I did first semester too, and my grades showed it. But second semester, I tried my hardest not to procrastinate and I got almost straight A's. I had 1 B. Do not procrastinate. If you procrastinate a lot right now, get out of the habit right now because you're not going to do well. My next section that I want to focus on is social advice. First thing that I wrote is to just get out there because everyone is nervous. Everyone is the same amount of nervous as you. Everyone there is new. Everyone there, like almost everyone there probably knows no one, especially if it's not like a homie, like state college. A lot of people probably don't know each other. In college, like especially your first semester there, like when you know that there's only freshmen on campus, definitely get out there. Like talking to strangers is acceptable. I know that sounds weird, but the amount of people that my friends have met just from talking to strangers is crazy. But you just need to get out there, like stop being so scared, be outgoing, because everyone there is like feeling the same way as you. Beyond your first year of college, like that's how you're gonna make friends. Like if you don't reach out and talk to strangers, you're never gonna make friends. So just get out there. Everyone's nervous. Just be yourself and you'll survive. My second thing is to go out. When I first got to college, I did not go out. Like not even on the first day. They had like this little pizza party mixer in my dorm and they had like ice cream and I didn't go. I stayed in my dorm. No, like go out and meet people, especially people from your dorm. Like just go out and meet people for real. Join clubs and organizations as well. Not just go out with your friends, not just go out to parties, but join clubs and organizations from your school because not only will it look good on your resume, but you can also meet friends there too. Like there's a lot of people that I've either made friends with from clubs and organizations, or that they're just like in my social circle. That's how people get to know you. That's how you get to know people. There's a lot of clubs that are like ethnicity based. They have Black Student Union, LASSO, Latin American Student Org. They also have clubs for your majors, which is best for your resume. There's honor societies, there's dancing clubs, there's probably, I think there's a video game club at my school. So there's like clubs for everything. Anything you like to do, there's a club for it. So find it and join it. It's gonna be better for you in the long run. You're gonna make friends and you're gonna have stuff to put on your resume. My next piece of advice is do not overdo it with parties. Me personally, I've never been like really want to go out and party all the time. Do not overdo it with parties. I know people who went to parties every single night. They stayed up late, they went out drinking, then they were too tired to go to class in the morning, and they had to end up dropping out of school. Unless you want that to be you, do not overdo it with the parties. I personally think it's weird to party on a weeknight, unless it's like Thirsty Thursday or something. Save it for the weekends. Don't do it every single day. Don't overdo it. You know what you have to do. You know when you have assignments to do. Put your obligations first before partying. This one is really important. Be careful who you mess with, especially sexually. So when it comes to college guys, like obviously explore, talk to who you want to talk to, you know? Like there might be a lot of rumors about people, but honestly, like what do people know, you know? Unless you're hearing it from like a first-hand account, like I would just explore and do you, you know? Take everything with a grain of salt, trust your instincts. However, you need to be careful. Don't go sleeping with the whole school. That kind of stuff can still get around. Like rumors about you can start to spread if you're like sleeping with everybody and their mom. STDs, like maybe in high school you're like, STDs are not real. They're real. Okay, you're gonna find out. Be careful, use protection. Okay, I've seen a lot of college freshman advice videos, and a lot of people say like break up with your boyfriend if you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, whatever, like just get out of your relationship. I have to say that I disagree with that. If you want to stay with your significant other, you can stay, but just stay at your own risk. Remember that that's going to be risky because you might be doing long distance. And even if you're not doing long distance, I know a couple of stories of people who live in the same state as their significant other. They go to different schools and they're cheating or they're flirting with other people. They're all in other people's DMs. It's like, how? Okay, you better be careful because I'm not saying that you're gonna cheat or your significant other's gonna cheat. You might find someone else that's better for you, they might find someone else that's better for them, and then it's gonna be hard because you're just holding on to each other because of your memories, basically. That's gonna take away from your time on campus with new friends, new like clubs and orgs or classes. I cannot tell you how much it's going to impact your on-campus life. You're not gonna have as much time for your friends. You're not gonna have as much time for like free time. You're just not gonna have time. So you need to take it with a grain of salt. You honestly follow your instincts, follow your gut. But at the end of the day, this is your life. But yeah, I'm just telling you right now, it's not gonna be the easiest thing. My last thing for social advice is to be active on campus. I don't know if any commuters are watching this, but if you are, it's very easy to get disconnected if you're commuting. Stay on campus, find some activities to do, make some friends, because it's so easy to get lonely and then you're just gonna be burying your head in school and you're not really gonna have anything else for you except schoolwork. You definitely don't want that for your college experience, because in between your classes, stay on campus, after class, stay on campus, do something, go grab something to eat with one of your friends, anything really, trust me. I lived on campus first semester and then second semester I moved off campus. There was a big difference. I definitely plan to stay more active on campus this semester. Next section of advice is personal advice. My number one is take care of your mental health. It is very easy to let your mental health degrade in college. It's so easy to just lose yourself. Make sure that you are staying on top of yourself. That's why I said time management. Stay on top of your work, as well as schedule some time out for yourself. Because if you don't have any time for yourself, it's gonna hit you a ton of bricks. Schedule time for yourself. Make sure you have time to just do fun stuff. And that time is gonna save you, I promise. make sure you put your mental health first. And now's the time. Your parents are not here. It's just you. Take care of yourself because mental health is very important. I said keep your room clean and prepare for unexpected visitors. I learned this the hard way. Moral of the story, make sure your room's always clean. Always. Laundry baskets will also save your life when it comes to laundry, especially if you get behind on laundry. Yeah. Keep your room clean. Make your bed. If you never made your bed at home, make it. More than likely, you're gonna be in someone else's space. Like, dorm rooms are close quarters. So don't ever leave it dirty if you're leaving out. Ever. Because you never know who your roommate's gonna bring in. This one kind of ties in with that one. I said don't overcrowd your dorm. Like, basically be organized. Don't junk it up. Pack your clothes in seasons. Pack fall clothes and like a little bit of winter clothes. And then when you go home, you'll take those clothes back. You'll switch in your winter clothes and your early like spring clothes, you know. You don't need your entire closet. You really don't. And if you try and bring your entire closet, it's not gonna work out for you, I'm telling you. Do not overcrowd that dorm. This one, make your boundaries clear to your roommate. Do not be scared of confrontation. If you're scared of confrontation, your roommate's gonna walk all over you. Basically, if anything changes within the boundaries that you guys make at the beginning of the year, state it specifically. Don't be scared to say like, oh, can we change this? Or, oh, you did this, but I'm really not comfortable with it anymore. Say it clearly. Talk directly. Because if you don't, you're gonna be living with stuff that annoys you for the rest of the year. No. You need to not be scared of confrontation. That's all I'm gonna say. This one is like mainly for women, but it can be for both genders. Never go outside alone at night. Always bring at least one other person with you. I personally carried pepper spray on campus whenever I was out at night, especially if you're off campus too. Definitely carry pepper spray. I've heard a lot of stories of people getting assaulted on and off campus. So do not go out alone at night. I've heard of the stories of people getting assaulted when they were with other people as well. So definitely keep pepper spray with you. Always be aware of your surroundings. If you're drinking, definitely please do not go out alone. If you're drinking off campus, have a designated driver or have a way to get home like an Uber or something. Be safe. For your dorm rooms, if you can choose a bathroom, choose private. Do not choose communal. I'm telling you right now, you might think the communal is okay, but a lot of people do not clean up after themselves. I lived in a communal bathroom and a lot of people left things in the shower like it was their personal shower, and it's weird. People would leave their hair on the floor. And then like I had like this favorite shower and people would always take it. And it was so annoying. And if someone took a dump, you would smell it for hours. There's only 3 sinks and a bunch of girls who had to do their hair. I'm telling you right now, choose a private bathroom if you can. If not, good luck, you'll figure out a way. Don't forget to eat. That's really important, especially during like final seasons and midterms and stuff. It's really easy to forget to eat. Make sure you're eating 3 meals a day and like small snacks in between. And that's like also a good rule if you're scared of freshman 15. Like eat 3 meals a day and like small snacks. Also having to do with food, try all dining halls to see which ones are your favorite. Or if your school has restaurants too, try them all out to see which ones are your favorite. Don't take other people's words for it. I would try it out for yourself because a lot of people say like the dining halls are all nasty, but like some of them are okay, you know. You have to like try it out for yourself to see what are your spots. You will know for yourself. College food is really not that bad. Also, if you have meal plans, I'm not sure how different schools do it, but make sure you distribute them evenly, plan them out. My last personal one is grocery shop at least once a month. So obviously, most of the time, I mean sometimes, you might have like all your meals and like all your snacks on your dining plan or whatever, but most of the time don't. So a lot of the times you go grocery shopping before school, but you're gonna have to go grocery shopping again. Like those groceries that you get in the beginning of the year are not gonna last you all those months. So I would say grocery shopping at least once a month. There are different ways to get to different grocery stores. You can walk to them, you can Uber to them if you have money, or some campuses have shuttles. My campus has shuttles to like the Target nearby. Go grocery shopping at least once a month. Also, like for other products that you might need, like deodorant and things like that, I wouldn't say like to wait until you need them because then You might not be able to get it for a couple of days. You might be too busy. I would not wait till the last minute to get those things. Also to get like stuff like snacks, breakfast foods. Budget your money when you do shop. That's so important too, especially if you don't have a job. Even if you do have a job, I feel like everybody should budget their money. This is my last section, and it's gonna be economic advice. First and foremost, if you don't have to work, don't work. Working plus school is hard. So it's definitely not like high school where you could work like 4 or 5 days a week and then still get your stuff in on time and still pass. Like, it's not gonna be like that. My suggestion for you is to save money either throughout your senior year, if you're watching this as a senior, or just save it from the summer before senior year. Just work as much as you can, or whatever you like have in your savings, whatever. Just live off of that until winter break, and then go to work over like winter break, spring break, whatever you want to work, summer break. If you don't have to work, I wouldn't work personally. If you do have to work, I would say work only a couple days a week. Probably most likely on the weekends. Maybe get an on-campus job or a job that's very close to campus so you don't have to pay for Ubers or buses or anything. Definitely make sure that your employer is aware that you are a college student. My last economic piece of advice is look at your bill at the school that your college, whatever is charging you. Look at it. Sometimes they'll try to put like random charges on your account, or they'll try to charge you for something that you don't know what it is. Before you call them up being like aggressive though, I would Google it, I would research what is this. And if it doesn't sound like something that you should be charged for, you should call your school's like bursar's office or like their financial office, whatever it's called, billing, and ask them like, why am I being charged for this? Or if you're expecting a refund and they don't give it to you, definitely call them, because that's happened to me as well. Or if your scholarship, you got a private scholarship and it got sent to them and then it still doesn't say that it was paid on your account, call them. Definitely ask questions. Make sure you're checking on that, especially the scholarship part. I have 3 final pieces of advice. These are like my star pieces of advice. So my first one is stay out of drama. You are an adult and you will be charged as one. So even though we're in college, people still get in fights, which is crazy to hear, but it still happens. People get angry. They have anger issues, and it shows. You guys are adults now, and if someone sees you fighting and they call the police, you guys are both getting charged. You guys are both going to jail. You guys are assaulting each other. This is not high school anymore. They're not just gonna like call the little police to your school and be like, oh, no, you're getting arrested. You're gonna have a criminal record. Be careful who you mess with, friend-wise as well. Just be careful who you are trusting. My next star piece of advice is to keep in touch with your family and your friends. Definitely call your mom. Make sure you're keeping in touch with your parents. Like, call them at least like once every 2 weeks and text them often. Also your siblings. I know you don't think that you're gonna miss them now, but you will miss them. And your parents are probably gonna miss you too, so keep in touch with your parents as well. My last piece of star advice is learn to balance school, work, and friends. I feel like this really ties back to my time management piece of advice. Like, that one's so important. Like, it's just a key piece of advice. Manage your time. If you learn how to manage your time, I feel like you can balance school, work, and friends. Make sure that you are balancing everything out, because otherwise you're probably gonna have a very hard time emotionally and mentally in college. So make sure you're doing that. Anyways, guys, that is all my college advice for you. So that was everything that I kind of tied my brain together. You guys should just give yourself grace also, because you're figuring out a lot of things. Like, you're gonna figure it out, so just give yourself grace. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment below any more content that you want to see from me. I'm probably going to be putting out more back to school videos after this, so stay tuned for those. Thank you guys.
Me pongo criminal, no nazi, criminal y de gratis, RD con Vlad y con Tati.